ChairShot Podcast, coming back at you on a Sunday evening. Here, the boys are back in town, etc., etc. It's Barry, Joe, and Paul coming at you with another loaded broadcast coming your way. We've got wrestling chit chat. We've got a lot of movies to talk about this week. So big time movie guff, as well as all the other goings on that you've come to expect from the CSP boys. Boys, how are we doing? I've had a fairly quiet week. Any life guff this week? I don't think so. Looking at our shit. I think we've all been just watching wrestling, formulating our takes for the show. You know, prepping, doing prep. You know. Sort of, you know, prep for this show, of course. You know, having Dynamite on in the background while you're on your phone, you know.
Get the old microphone down from the show.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Plug it in.
Let me think here. I did all the updates for the Fantasy League. I've made a quiz.
Yeah.
You
recorded edit.
I record. That comes afterwards.
I haven't done a quiz for ages. I will do a quiz next week. How about that?
I do like a joke quiz. Although
a brand new format.
Oh, now he's bringing out the big gun. All right,
that's a huge quiz.
Now he's testing out. It's ESP Taskmaster, right? Hurry, Joe! Oh, look on their chairs. They will find a number. That number corresponds to one of the locks on this padlock.
Life Guff though, work's been mad. That's why there's not much Life Guff. I have to give a little doff of the cap to anyone who works in QA or any kind of QA testing or anything like that. So the project that I work on and have been for a long time, there's a big, milestone, big release this coming week. And so they pulled me in to do some UAT testing, it's called. Basically like beta testing.
Okay.
Oh, it's the most soul destroying work you can possibly do. So you're given a script to follow, right? Do these 10 steps. Mm-hmm. First step takes 10 minutes for the page to even load. And then you're looking down and the next step is like, do this 5 times, right? This is going to take me an hour to do. Then step 3 fails. You're like, write down why it failed. And then people are going, well, it's working for me. Well, it doesn't fucking work for me, okay?
I love that.
What? So yeah, so I'll be doing that again tomorrow. So say a little prayer now tonight that I don't wake up tomorrow. Get out of there doing that work. But I've been working late every evening, so all I did this week was kind of work until 6 or 7, be completely exhausted afterwards, and then just stick on a movie or something. Just let me sit in this chair and be as physically inert as is humanly possible. That's kind of been the week.
Alrighty. Joe, any work off for you?
Nah. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I've literally added nothing to the rundown, by the way. So that's what I'm talking about. I've not seen a movie, a TV show.
You saw a fox in your garden.
Well, I did see a fox in the garden. I mean, that's
pretty cool.
I mean, I'm happy that they're out there most weeks, to be honest. I just happened to catch them today. What was notable, it was a fox, but there were 2 magpies and a fox sort of stood in a circle. I was like, what are these lads up to? Because they're not just sort of
DreamWorks film or something, was it?
Yeah, I don't know if there's something in the garden they'd found, but they were all sort of hanging out together. And the fox had it on its toes.
The fox was voiced by Richard Kind.
That's a good casting.
One of the magpies was Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. And
you last fall there at that one.
You had me with Richard Kind since Pascal got mentioned.
Yeah, listen, he has to be in at least one film a week.
Yeah.
All right, we can jump into the rest. I also have no life guff this week. My big life guff was like a couple of hours ago. I was mulling the idea of putting all these old like wrestling shirts and bits and bobs I have on like a Vinted page and seeing if I could get like a few bob for them. I've got a big stack here in my office. I recently had a big clear out of my ward. Right, I was getting all the shirts that don't really fit around the belly no more. From a decade ago. Some of them are wrestling, some of them are gaming, some of them are just bits and bobs I've picked up over the years, and I was like, could I be arsed taking photos of them all and posting them? I think I might do because honestly, I set them aside to put them in the attic, like a sentimental fool. I was like, oh, but it's what memories I have of this shirt, and it's like, that's stupid. Like, why waste storage space on them? So I think I might try and flog them, see if I've anything good.
Just be ready to deal with the vintage users.
Well, this is the thing. I mean,
T-shirt actually has a strange smell on it.
Yeah. Now, the thing that I mean, me humoring the vintage idea, that comes from the wife getting, buying a lot on there and now listing a lot of things and having mostly good experiences. So I'm like, all right. And she said there's not a lot of talking. It's like people either buy it or they don't. I'm like, okay, good. So I'll update as the weeks go on for that one. Should be to the wrestling chit chat here. Got a bit of news on the AEW verse. I kind of think the big news out of the Observer was that the ballpark for All Out on pay-per-view was kind of on the high end of their usual scale, possibly going as high as 140K pay-per-view purchases, which is quite impressive. And obviously two big indicators you could take from that would be that maybe, there was some boosted business from it being on sale on Max in the States and all of the relevant territories. And of course, it seems like there was also a non-insignificant, a business boost from, your Europeans and the like, three of us, people being way more inclined to buy it when the time reflects something a bit better for you. So it seems like there could be more early pay-per-views in our future, which is a win-win for us.
Please, goodness. Tony, if you put it on early, I'll buy 2. How about that?
I'll buy on Amazon, I'll buy it on Trilla, and I'll watch both at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a win-win. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it simultaneously bypasses the whole WWE, what's the word?
Counter
programming. My brain is turned into mush this week. Kind of counters the counter programming to an extent. I mean, if WWE would literally chase them to the afternoons, I think that's a little obvious. I would hope that even WWE would have the tiny bit of class to not do that. Well, I don't know if I should actually do that, but
I'll take that bet. If you're betting on them having it, I'll take the flip side of that.
I mean, likely they'll run 2 pay-per-views back to back. It's WWE style.
I mean, I will say it's worth. I think Brian Alvarez did report that if it wasn't so late in the game that AEW made the change, WWE apparently did look at the logistics of pushing it back to the afternoon to follow them to the afternoon, which I agree. I mean, it's so you are completely giving the game away at that stage, because the amount of people, right? It's actually shocking to me. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago on the show, but like you read on like various like Reddit threads and people are like, oh, but there's only so many Saturdays a month. So like the amount of people who completely earnestly buy that they're just on the same day is so fucking funny. It's so funny, and I'm sure those same people will also delude themselves if WWE suddenly, for the first time in their entire history, starts doing afternoon pay-per-views now. I think nothing's above them or below. Nothing. They can't. There's no limit to how low they can go. That is the term I'm trying to find there. And like it just goes to show. But the funny thing is, because obviously before AEW moved it to the afternoon, I know Meltzer in particular was very down on the potential of this show to sell it going head to head with WWE. And the funny thing is about it is, like, obviously WrestleMania was not well regarded at all. People were not happy with the Cena, blah. It's now on a more expensive service. It's just like if they do go head to head, people will still choose WWE. They just will, So I think doing whatever you can to dodge them is probably for the best for now, anyway. Until the tide maybe turns a bit further, but we'll see. So that was the big story from the week. Oh, God, do we have like an hour of the show to recap the Gail Kim thing? Oh, my God, the whole, ex-wrestlers doing podcasts was cute genuinely about 15 years ago, but now everyone's a YouTuber, everyone's a podcaster, everyone's a tweeter. You had Stevie Richards has kind of quietly made a little carved out a little niche for himself as a guy on YouTube who, when, you know, a big move is in the news or a person gets injured, he goes on YouTube and he damn near gets the telestrator out. And he's like, well, this is how this move works, and this is how this, you know, this is how this works, and this
and
is
those videos were legitimately like interesting.
Yes, he had some interesting stuff on there, and he was doing, you know, he's doing okay for himself. And he's like, oh, this went wrong in this match. Here's what went wrong about it, blah blah blah. And then I don't quite know what spurred it, but like he then was like a couple of weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, he was like, you know, who absolutely doesn't have it and should go to NXT to get better. Famous place where people get better. Kyle Fletcher. This guy doesn't have... I mean, have you heard a worse take in the last 10 years from someone in Da Biz than Kyle Fletcher doesn't have it? He did that. Kyle Fletcher just did a kind of, oh, well, you know, whatever. I'm always listening to feedback, but that, you know, it is what it is type. He did a very kind of professional... I'm not going to slag him off because he's a veteran, but, you know, like, water up duck's back response.
I did an experiment on, watching Collision this week. I got a pen and paper out and took notes on trying to take myself out of the AEW fan mindset and be more of a business mindset, or more of a what's historically worked mindset. And just take notes on what, like, if I noticed that Kyle Fletcher did a little thing where I was like, okay, that's something that we could, you know. I had no notes.
Mr. Fletcher, sir, no notes.
This was legitimately something I did, and by the end of it, I was like, that was like a perfect performance, him and Commander. I mean, actually, some of the notes would have been like, Jesus, that Destroyer was about as good as you could do it.
It's a bit like when you have football pundits. You know how in America on NBC, I think it is, they have like Robbie Earle, who used to play for Wimbledon.
Yeah, for Wimbledon.
One of the main pundits, and it's like, and they're critiquing, you know, the top players in the Premier League. You think, listen, mate, I know you played in the Premier League and I didn't, but also you were a bit shit, mate. To be honest, like, I don't need to hear your opinion. I don't need to Stevie Richards' opinion. Someone who would have been treated by WWE fans as an absolute like comedy jobber. You know what I mean? No one as WWE fans would have thought Stevie Richards was any good. But now he's criticized AEW. And therefore, like AJ Lee, he is now one of the legends of the business because, he's on Team WWE. Fuck off. This is why I've successfully, again, muted anything related to this on my social media. Yeah. Reddit, Blue Sky. I don't see any new. I don't hear anything about wrestling unless it's just like generic AEW news. Well, that's it.
It is interesting though, from you know, to as much as impartial as we can be, to see kind of the cynicism in how these honest carny workers go from, as we said, doing a video on why, like, oh, there was a superplex that didn't quite work. I'd compare that to like how Bret Hart used to do the superplex and why his was so safe. To Kyle Fletcher's not very good. I mean, okay, we might be slightly taking out of context what his point was exactly, but it does, for me, cross the line from I'm giving criticism to Kyle Fletcher, like constructive criticism, but then once you mention specifically NXT, that to me is you're trying to garner a reaction. Your critique goes from a place of honesty to I'm trying to get clicks. I'm trying to get my name in the news cycle, right? He should go to NXT. I mean, that to me is a little hyperbolic, a little, as I say, reactionary. The whole Gail Kim thing, by the way. On the other hand,
I mean, this talk about spiraling. I mean, this is a classic, just like Twitter saga where whatever legitimate thoughts were there once upon a time, it just then became an endless kind of pissing contest. I feel.
Yeah, the back and forth of it.
So I suppose to go all the way back to the root of the story, which is a somewhat interesting nugget. The one of the directors of Talk to Me and what's the most recent one? Bring Her Back.
Yes.
Michael Philippou, who I guess used to be an indie wrestler of some description. This was not his first rodeo. He was in a viral clip about a week ago in some Mexican death match thing, taking this big, ridiculous Death Valley driver off of
like a scaffolding.
A scaffold through some glass into like a barbed wire spiders. A crazy, crazy thing. So he and his brother are apparently working on a documentary about death matches, which first of all sounds tremendous. I as someone who has really enjoyed their previous 2 films, that sounds excellent. So this clip goes around, and because there's like a notable person in it, it does even more of the rounds than usual, which of course then leads to, oh, so you call that storytelling? I was like, oh my God, if ever there's a word I need to never hear again for the rest of my life, it might be storytelling in a wrestling context. My God. So Gail Kim's going off about this being storytelling, and everyone's like, shut up, like who cares, blah, blah, blah. And so like somewhere along the way, people were like, oh, you're sounding like Cornette. And she's like, well, I do like Cornette. And they're like, oh, well, like he says all this about Riho. And then Gail Kim's like, well, I also think this about Riho. And then she starts talking about how like she hasn't watched AEW in a while, but when she used to watch AEW, Riho would come out looking like a little girl and the camera would always be leering at her and upskirting basically and stuff like that. And I will say of the 3 currently active major US television companies, is AEW the company you could accuse the least of doing that? Between them, TNA, and WWE, from having the cameraman shoot up the women wrestlers' holes at some point in history. I mean that is, I don't think that has ever happened in that company's.
It's not something I keep track of.
No, it's not. But I don't believe we've ever had like, you know, the equivalent of like the old Velvet Sky Beautiful People entrance. TNA Hall of Famers, by the way. God, I forgot to put that in the rundown. Dang. You know, never really. But that aside, whatever. And then she starts talking about she's not believable because she's so small. And then everyone's telling her to shut up. And she's quote tweeting them and getting into an argument. Then people are like starting to leak out that she had some kind of, or people are speculating / hinting that they heard she had some kind of tryout with AEW and it didn't go well. Just earlier today, I believe she came out and said, look, someone reached out to me when I left TNA. And I said I wasn't interested, and that was the end of it. And it was in a wrestling capacity, not a producer capacity. So there's conflicting reports. I mean, it's just the classic. I mean, just a thing I absolutely do not miss is just partaking in / reading all of this rubbish, all of this back and forth, and you know, quote tweeting and making stupid points that are completely, you know, ill-founded from people who obviously don't fucking watch the things they're critiquing, you know. Anyway, that was the Gail Kim. So I don't know if there's any real conclusion we can take from that. So.
No, I mean, look, not to come off as a hypocrite, because I made similar. What was it the other week? Michael Oku. When he wrestled Okada, I was like, this Oku guy could be a bit bigger, you know? So not to come off as a hypocrite to say that Gail Kim didn't have a point about Rio.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it just struck me as a little naive for Gail Kim to kind of criticize. Still at a time, you know, a lot of talk about the women's revolution and all that, but still at a time where women in wrestling are still kind of, to an extent, finding their place, you know, in terms of equality with the men. And so there's a little bit of like, you know, maybe don't stick the knife in the back when maybe you in your career went through the same struggles or faced the same kind of criticisms. You know, I saw people raise, you know, some of Gail Kim's most famous matches, her against Awesome Kong. You know, was there maybe criticisms of a similar kind being levied at her back then, you know? So a little bit of kind of careful, you know, be careful where your bread is buttered and all that. But it is interesting. I mean, we talk about the tribal nature of wrestling fandom. It is interesting when the wrestlers themselves come out to, you know, be so critical of the sport, whether it's on a tweet, a video, a podcast, whatever. Interesting. You would think that, you know, well, the old thing about, you know, being protective of the boys and the girls in the back. I mean, that seems to be something that's kind of going the way of the dodo lately. But anyway.
So yeah, that was This Week in Discourse. Back on the AEW actual news side of things. Hologram was pulled from the forthcoming Dynamite match. Obviously, on Dynamite, he and Fletcher built up the idea of streak versus title, which sounded pretty good. They announced on Collision that he was injured, and so he was being replaced by Orange Cassidy. So there you go.
Not a bad trade.
And I guess we haven't unless I've missed some, I don't think we've seen any reporting confirming what the actual injury is, if there even is one. Part of me wonders, because I kind of did raise my eyebrow a little bit when they made that match. I'm like, not that it's the worst payoff ever, but is this where you're giving Hologram his first loss against Kyle Fletcher? I mean, dare I say, Kyle Fletcher is already like so many rungs above Hologram. I don't think he's getting very much from beating Hologram. And I was like, yeah, I think it's... Did you also beat Hologram before evil Wario Hologram shows up? I'm gonna do a flip. Surely you'd, after a year, you'd want to maintain Holograms. So part of me is like, did they just say, actually, that's stupid, we're not going to do that, and they kind of backed out? I wouldn't be shocked if he's back in like a couple of weeks.
Well, Tony Khan has tweeted that he's likely out for the rest of 2025.
That's pretty substantial.
Hologram's out. But
yes.
What about El Clon del Hologram?
Oh my God! If it turns out that Waluigi Hologram is just Hologram,
it's just
Hologram. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Wario. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's gonna be.
What was Abyss's brother called?
Joseph Park.
Joseph Park. Oh, what a gimmick! Oh my God! And Hologram shows up. Have you seen my Hermano? What's he called? What's the
Abyss?
No, what's he called? El Clone. Yeah. Have you seen my brother?
Clone.
Yeah. El Clone. Yeah. That would be pretty funny. But yeah, end of 25. Okay, that's a substantial write-off if it's fake. So maybe there actually is something to it. But
I mean, it wouldn't be like Tony Khan to tweet a working little fake injury.
He's a little worker.
No,
but there's an element of trust with the fans there that Tony Khan's kind of, for me, stayed the right side of.
I think so. Like AEW as a company in general, like they have done injury angles to have them kind of be undone not long after. But yeah, Tony Khan says the person is out, you'll take that as face value. To that end, though, following our conversation a couple of weeks ago where we were like, isn't it a bit weird that like Kenny came back after the last angle that killed him and then took a move through a table and they're like, oh, that's it. Now he is dead. Now he's genuinely dead forever. They just announced he's back on Dynamite very nonchalantly. I mean, not nonchalantly, but
the week Barry trades him out as well.
Well, so this is the other thing as well. If someone wants him, they can have him. When I heard he was back, I was like, should I go for him again? But then I'm like, this guy is quite obviously not full time. I think that's the big takeaway from the last couple of months. He's not full time. He can still absolutely turn it on the pay-per-views. I think he can still absolutely deliver, but he's definitely not going to be a week in, week out TV wrestler, I don't think. I'm happy to just be like he can, he's been a nice little earner for me. But how long until the next suplex through a table on Dynamite?
Right.
On that note, we will segue over to the fantasy update for the week.
Just checking Kenny Omega. What did he get for you? 69 points, 11 matches. So this would be his 12th AEW match of the year. No, not bad at all. Very good points per match ratio for Omega. 6.27 points per match. So he is the 5th highest in the company for that. Anyway, we have a couple of news items in fantasy world. First of all, Castro, we have a new world record. I need to get you an Anthony Bowens style world record plaque, Barry. If you cast right to Barry's team, let me count up Barry's points across All Out, Dynamite, and Collision. 100 points this week. 100 points in a single week for Barry.
100 smackaroos.
172 at All Out, 22 at Dynamite.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think one reason for that is that if you look at Barry's 10 wrestlers, 5 of them are champions. So he had even across Dynamite Collision, 4 defenses.
Yeah.
Good God, comrade.
I have currently in my team one champion, which is Okada. Joe has two, One and Hobbs. So even in terms of the bonus points, Barry's racking them up.
And I am glad. This is not why I advocated for it. I thought it was good, but I did push at the beginning of the year for defending champions should get something instead of just punishment for losing.
Sure.
That has benefited me quite a bit.
Yeah.
But,
so 100 points this week, as we mentioned.
And some melty meltdown bonuses as well for at least me and possibly it's someone else as well.
Me and you. Yeah, I had Okada and Takeshita. So just again, Joe just routinely getting absolutely fucked by Meltzer and his scores. Despite that, Joe still beats me for the week, even with my 10 little bonuses. But I do have to make a trade based off that hologram news. Hologram is on my team. Again, decent little earner. I brought him in at 48 points. He now is 74. This was in July, so he's got me a number of points over the couple of months he was in. But I will be trading him out, and this is my final trade of the year. So this is my team locked in for the rest of the year. Joe still has one transfer remaining. Barry still has two. But I will make it official here, and feel free to jump in and challenge if you wish. My trade is hologram out, and I'll bring in Brody King.
Oh, very good.
Big BB King.
Big Brody.
Big Broadster. I was wondering if you were going to go, when I given the two news items, I was like, hologram for Kenny, maybe? But no, Brody.
As you.
Very good timing on Brody. He is there. They're getting behind that team and that boy. Yes,
for sure.
Stuff.
Okay. That's your fantasy update. Now it's time for a little quiz ski. So I'll explain here the quiz and the rules. So this quiz is place your Brets.
Okay.
So get your Discord out. So what we used to do with this quiz, I have cleverly tweaked it to make it a bit more, hopefully a bit more competitive as an actual quiz. It used to be we would have 10 questions, and for each question you would get increasing points, but at increasing difficulty in question as well. So the first question would be like, name a wrestler with a face. And you would be able to name any of them, and I would write down my one. And if you got it right, you get 1 point. But if I matched you would. And then the 10-point question would be like, name one of FTR as a 50-50. But to me, that meant that the latter questions were too heavily weighted and the earlier questions were meaningless. And you would only really get 1 or 2 matches during a game anyway. So the whole game is kind of pointless. So the new rules are, we have 10 questions. Each question, or each answer, I should say, is worth 5 points. For each question, you will give 2 answers each. And I will write down also 2 answers. If I get neither of your answers, you get 5 points for each. Mm-hmm. If one of your answers matches one of mine only, you'll get 5 points for the other answer. And if I get both of yours, you get 0. So you have a chance at 0, 5, or 10 points. Make sense?
Nice.
Okay. Always. Should become apparent as we play anyway. And the questions don't increase in difficulty or anything. Some are easier, some are harder. They're all worth the same points. Okay. So question 1, and I'm going to write mine down and I'll show them so there's no ambiguity as well. I'm going to write them down now. Can you name me 2 of the AEW Women's World Champions since the company began? As my pen starts to die. No, we're good.
Poison pen.
I'm texting all as we speak.
Okay. My answers are written down already. Let me pull open Discord here. Oh, my phone buzzes. That means that we've got an answer in. We got Barry's answer. Okay, Barry, you need to give 2 answers, please.
Oh, sorry, 2. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, you get 5 points per answer that doesn't match me. So it doesn't matter if yours matches Joe's. You're both only playing because me. Okay. Barry has gone with Soraya. Well, he's actually written Paige here. Soraya and Nyla Rose. And Joe's gone Rio and Chris Statlander. He's gone either end of the spectrum.
Very good.
So 4 different answers And I have written down, so keep in mind, if I match any of your answers, you lose 5 points per answer. I've gone Jamie Hayter and Hikaru Shida.
Oh.
10 points each.
Oh, baby. Here we go.
Keep a note of that here. Barry, Joe, 10
points.
Very good. Question 2. A wrestling pay-per-view of any company.
Wow, okay.
Starting with a vowel.
Ooh.
Wow, okay.
Any company.
Listeners, feel free to play along at home. Let us know how you get on against the boys.
Text us on our premium phone number.
The phone number is 5.
God, this is like, I'm actually struggling to even think of one that nobody else would have.
Okay. Can it send mine?
Okay.
Boom. Boom.
Okay, I've got Joe's. I'm waiting for Barry's second.
Okay, it's 2 every time, Barry. All right. Okay. Fuck. What's another vowel?
WrestlePalooza.
Gave up on spelling that one.
Yeah, this. Oh my god, the spelling is not. We'll allow it.
See if I can.
They stylized it. You know.
It's Inserexxion, definitely. Okay.
Correct. And of course, the other rule is if you give a wrong answer, so if one of you had said WrestlePalooza, you would of course get 0 points for that. Barry has gone with Insurrection.
Yeah, Insurexxion has built it. You know.
And he's gone Against All Odds, the classic TNA. Joe has gone for Invasion. Don't know if that's the WWF WCW one or the upcoming NXT
TNA.
First of all, that's not a pay-per-view.
That's not even Easter.
That's
true.
not
It's a
even
TV
TNA, is it?
Oh, that's not.
No,
It's on TV.
it's not. Yeah.
Fucking Timu Forbidden Door.
Oh dear.
Joe's gone Invasion and Anarchy Rules, the ECW show.
Oh, very good.
Very good. I went a little bit closer to home. I went All Out.
Yeah.
I went Armageddon.
Ah, very nice.
Very good. So 10 each again. Very
That's a good one.
Haven't catches yet. Good stuff, lads. Question 3. We're looking for a WWF World Champion during the 1990s.
Ooh.
Anyone who held the WWF title between January 1st, 1990 and December 31st, 1999. Okay. I've forgotten what my second one was. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. I have my 2 written down. The pen has hit the... Okay, we got Barry's 2. Barry did remember to give 2 answers this time.
Hey.
They are both correct, I can confirm. And Joe has given his 2 as well. Okay, so Barry's gone with 2 wrestlers that start with the same first letter. Will Tom Bout Well, The Big Show. Just right at the end.
Right at the end,
99.
Yeah.
And Bob Backlund, who won it in 92. No, later than that. 4 or 5 was 95 from Bret Hart. With the towel being thrown in. Yeah, 2 very good ones. Joe's gone for Flair. Also 2 starting with the first letter. Ric Flair and Randy Savage.
Ah, very good.
So that was both early 90s. And again, 10 points each, guys, because I went for... I was trying to be tricky here, but you didn't fall for it. I went to Yokozuna from 93. And I went for November 96 Sid.
Yes, of course.
From Shawn Michaels at the 96.
We all dodged the obvious ones. We were all trying to be... We were being cute. We were being cute.
All trying to be cute. Okay, and so they still haven't been caught. Even with the new rule set. Okay. Number 4. This is a big open one here. A wrestler who uses their real name.
Oh, God.
God, that's a trick. Oh. Doink.
A wrestler, 2 wrestlers, I should ask. Sorry, that's maybe
Yes, 2 wrestlers.
Okay.
Okay, mine are written down.
I've got one.
Yeah,
of course. If you give one and it's not their real name, of course you'll get 0 points.
Yeah. Okay, I've got 2.
I will do some Wikipedia double checks just to be sure here, but okay, yeah, we're good. 1 has passed the test. 2 have passed the test. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with all 4 of those. Joe has gone for Steve Blackman.
Very good.
And Bob Backlund has made.
Very good.
2 men with very similar surnames. Backlund. Barry's gone for Bret Hart and Paul White, which I will allow because, of course, he wrestled in AEW under that name.
Of course, yeah.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky just in the end. No, again, 10 each, boys. I went for a modern one. I went Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
Which actually is not her real name, so that's minus a point for me.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah.
I actually thought Jamie Hayter was her real name.
Page 1. I don't know why I wrote that now. Anyway, and then my other one was Hiroshi Tanahashi. I thought Japan. That's surely where the guy.
Oh yeah, they always.
Yeah, so the Quizmasters made a boo-boo. So that's actually, I'll give you 11 points each day.
Yeah.
So I did a stupidity.
Imagine if your real name was Jamie Hayter.
That'd be so
That'd be
good.
fascinating. Well, Steve Blackman.
Hayter. Jamie.
Okay, number 5. Number 5. There's an obvious ambiguity to it, but I will say let's use the gentleman's agreement rule and try to satisfy the criteria of this the option here, right? We're looking for a notable AEW non-match TV segment.
Non-match TV segment.
Non-match
Some standout AEW TV segment, but not a match.
Could it be a promo?
Are you looking? So can I just clarify here? I'll use WWE parlance so we'll give away any potential answers. Are you looking? Are you looking for? Okay, so in that example, are you looking for specifically when Kurt Angle came out, or are you looking for like the highlight reel?
No, specifically
a specific thing that happened. Okay,
a specific thing that happened. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Steve Austin coming out in your truck and spraying the corporation of beer would be the WWF equivalent, right? I'm looking for 2 examples of that in AEW. I better write mine down, by the way. I still haven't done that. Where are my answers? Here they are. Number 2 is... Okay, we've got 2. Yeah, and again, what I meant there earlier on was not that time Moxley did a promo. That's
of course.
I want something a little standout, a little specific.
I've got 1. So, this is actually really hard.
What's
okay? I don't know. Okay, we've got 2 from Joe, and Joe has absolutely satisfied the brief, so I'm happy with those. And so Alex, but Barry's are both good as well. So, let me just check something. Anyway, okay, so Barry has gone with 2. He's gone with Jericho backstage with the world title saying a little bit of the bubbly. So a very little bit of the bubbly. And
that was pay-per-view.
That's what I was looking
for. And I don't even think it was pay. That might have even been. I think that was like a online exclusive type thing.
Little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
If that knocks me, I will accept that. I think that's fair.
6 years of Dynamite, Barry can come up with the.
But I was trying to not pick an obvious one. I went really early to try and. I think I don't think that was a TV segment. To be fair, I will be fair.
And look, to be fair, that's what the The question specifically says TV segment, so we'll have to dock Barry 5 for a little bit of money. But the other one, Matt Hardy arrives and teleports all over this place, is a very good one.
Nice.
Joe's gone with CM Punk calls out Hangman to apologize.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great altar. And then one of my favorites, Tony Khan gets Meltzer drivered.
His little skinny legs popped out of his trousers.
I went with one of my favorites, Christian tells Cope, go fuck yourself.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
And I was trying to catch, I assumed somebody might have gone with the MJF Cody Rhodes.
I nearly did.
So I wrote MJF whips Wardlow. I went for the Wardlow version.
Yeah, very good.
I was thinking of the Jericho MJF sing-off.
Sing-off.
Did it there.
Jericho, Orange Cassidy debate with Bischoff. A lot of options to choose from. Okay, 5 for Barry there, 10 for Joe. Question 6. I'm looking for 2. I keep saying a. Well, we're fine. The category can be singular. A Japanese wrestler, please.
Okay.
Okay, I'm writing down my 2 here. Pens down. My answers have been given. Look for Japanese wrestlers, please. Okay, we have our answers in. Barry has gone Yuji Nagata.
Very nice.
And Yamato.
Oh,
he's got a little bit obscure there, but we like it. And Joe has gone for Rio, making her second appearance at the quiz, and Hiroshi Hase, one of the 90s standards. I went for Great Muta.
I was going to do Muta.
Or Keiji Muto. And then I tried to be a little cute about the one. I went Funaki.
Yeah,
Funaki. For my second one. So, very good. Very good. Still find it difficult to catch you guys. Okay, number 7. This might be a trickier one. This might be one where I get these. I'm looking for any nickname of The Undertaker. I won't accept that sad old fella whose wife is always has to be an on TV used nickname.
A TV used.
Oh, sorry, still 2.
Still always 2.
Always two.
Okay, I'm writing down my 2.
Do I even know 2?
I could think of a good 7 or 8. I would think.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
We can list some of them afterwards just to make that point. Joe's struggling. He's thinking old creaky knees. That's what he's going for.
Mark Calloway.
So Barry has gone for, in all caps, as if like Yamato, as if this is
he's Japanese. He's working name, yeah.
He's gone Booger Red and he's gone Dead Man Inc. Both perfectly acceptable answers. Joe, with a variation on that, has gone Booger Red and Dead Man. So again, I'll accept both.
Booger Red, of course, everyone's favorite Undertaker name.
It's the only one.
Apparently, when JR was asked for that in his podcast, so I've seen multiple people on the email, what the fuck was up with that? And he was like, it's Booger is like some 5,000-year-old Oklahoma reference to like a scary guy, you know?
Yeah. I went The Lord of Darkness.
Yes.
From the
Right.
And I'll give you a big Booger Red there.
Red.
All 3 of the boys hitting Booger Red. And then the Phenom.
I thought Phenom would be too obvious.
Right.
The conscience of the WWF.
It's not really a nickname. Decade of Destruction, they did a bunch of times. Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah.
They've done, like, especially the last couple of years, they did like the Soul, whatever the fuck, you know.
Okay. We got one there finally. what are we at now? Question 8. Again, this is a specific moment we're looking for here, right? A memorable heel turn.
Heel turn.
A memorable heel turn. Okay.
Oh no. We're looking for 2 memorable heel turns, please. You got Barry's. Okay, Barry's giving us 2 there.
Gotta grab one hand, just typing it out.
Jay's fingers are doing the work here. He's chuckling away. He's loving it. Okay, we've got some good ones here. We got some good ones. Barry with, I mean, what I would say is probably the weakest of the 4, to be honest. But yeah, it's a good answer. MJF low blows Cody.
Okay, fair enough.
So sort of on the edge. I mean, MJF was never truly a face.
No, but that was a memorable thing.
He was his friend. He was Cody's
Yeah, he was supposed to. It was fair.
Matt Hardy costs Jeff the title in 2009. Perfectly good one. Joe's gone hell of a one here. Joe's got a hell of a one here. He's gone Sid on Hogan, 1992.
Yeah.
And Jeff Hardy, 10-10-10.
Ah, yes.
Classic. Yeah, I went for an AEW one and a WWE one. I went for Okada's debut.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And I went CM Punk on The Rock Raw 1000.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, 2 questions left. Joe still in the lead, or Barry 5 points behind, but all to play for. Number 9, we're looking for any active championship used during the WWF WCW invasion. Funny, we were just talking. So obviously during that invasion, there were a ton of belts on TV at the time. So any 2 belts that were being used then on either side of the invasion divide. Okay, the answers are coming. in. Barry's gone. WWF light heavyweight. Remember that. WWF hardcore. So Barry has said, fuck Turner. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Joe has gone WWF light heavyweight title. WCW tag.
Yeah, I knew it. That's exactly what I knew he went as well. Paul has gone light heavyweight and he's gone WCW tag as well. Oh my.
Barry's back in it. 0 for Joe, 5 for Barry there.
Gosh.
Of all the belts, and he walks in number 9. Okay. So that's funny if all 3 of us have picked exactly the same 2. There you go. Okay, then question 10. With all play for here. We're dead level. We're dead level here. The question 10. Any masked Lucha Underground wrestler. Lucha Underground. Anyone with a mask, please.
Oh, what's that fucking guy's name? Okay, hang on. Let me just
and I will require their Lucha Underground name, by the way.
Yeah.
Just in case you were thinking of anybody.
Just trying to remember if I spelled this right.
I kind of spelled it worse than Inserexxion for me.
Joe hasn't seen Barry's Inserexxion spelling, by the way.
That can be the episode title.
I'm going to send it to Joe when he sends his answer.
Okay, I got it. Go on.
I just wanted to get it typed. You know?
Okay. Copy that.
The 2000s is how they spoke.
Okay, Barry's done Clever route here. He's gone Rey Mysterio Jr.
Oh,
of course.
You little fucker.
And Kill Shot. Very good. Joe goes for Matanza. Remember the monster Matanza? And King Cuerno.
Very good.
Very good. All right. I've gone for a woman.
Okay.
So I'm all about, all about girls.
Sexy star.
Cobra Moon.
Oh, Cobra Moon.
The modern day Thunder.
Yeah.
And I did go for a man. But the man I went for is Drago.
Remember Drago? Yeah, he flew away.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the scores at the end of the game are Barry on 76, Joe on 76. It's a tie. I don't have a tiebreaker. So
no, but that's, you know what? I think that's
Wow.
I think that's
Shake
good.
hands on that.
Yeah,
Well done, Joe. Good effort. I think we did well there, the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to split the tie, Barry's spelling of Insurrection might.
I might give it to Joe, but
No, it's a draw.
that was great. That was What was that? Place your Brets.
Place your Brets.
Alrighty. Thank you very much as always, Paul. For
I don't know if that even was Place Your Brets. I might have used the wrong name of the quiz. So there might be some other quiz. Let's keep track.
I think
It's
so.
it's some quiz.
I think that's right. Yeah.
I thought Place Your Bets was the one where you. Oh no! Wait, what's the one where you can't go over
That's over the limit.
over the. Okay, yeah, no, that is right then.
It's hard to keep track of these fake quizzes that don't actually exist, people. Sorry. I don't know. It's a quiz.
Well,
we had a quiz, we had fun. The name of it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What does matter is Dynamite.
Oh, baby.
This week from Britsburg.
Wow.
No Brit on this one. And not even backstage by all accounts. So
I mean,
there's
that
another.
whole, yeah.
There's
We're not
another.
expecting that.
We're not going to see it.
Look, I'm definitely in agreement with the consensus that she came back and it just didn't work, and she felt like a star out of time. But like this was also like their least attended show ever in this city ever. And I'm not saying they'd all be racing to go see a fucking Britt Baker match if she was there, but. I mean, that is kind of, I was on Blue Sky after the pay-per-view number, I was talking about how a lot of the business successes of AEW are, I think, under-celebrated for what they are. When you think about how much of a slump non-WWE wrestling was in America, pre-AEW. But, I mean, they are in a quite a bad ticket slump at the moment. I mean, despite all their successes. Now, again, you don't have to fucking talk about whether or not Britt Baker would have made a difference, but, one extra hometown person might have maybe shifted a few, but alas. Anyway. Adam Page hyped up his match with Lee Moriarty later. A little quick pre-tape there, segueing into the opening match, which was Rodito defeating GOA in a very fun match. I think, God, it must have been like the longest match GOA have had as a unit ever. Maybe on Dynamite certainly. Another good showing from them.
I liked Ricochet on commentary. I thought he did a good job of. Actually speaking, unlike some wrestlers who just get on the commentary and don't say anything, but without being too annoying. He was good.
Yes, enjoyed him a lot. Yeah.
I think maybe GOA's best showing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been fairly down on the Demand, the team.
Oh yes, the Demand.
This was kind of the one where I don't want to say the ship was fully turned around, but there was definitely a turning of a corner here for me.
I could see them as champions. You know what I mean? I could see them actually being pretty decent. Not like maybe a long reign with it, but a solid reign. Kind of like the Guns, Yeah. Could have a good run with the belts.
I mean, Ricochet very funny when he was in the ring with the chair and Audrey caught him and he's trying to hide it behind his back. I laughed. I laughed out loud. He's still good value.
Well done, son.
Yeah, he's really turned it around from those shaky beginnings. He's done a great job. We got the conglomeration hyping up their mystery partner. I mean, if ever there was anyone who didn't get it at the pay-per-view, they made it 100% clear what you were getting here. Later. Up until I think Kyle O'Reilly goes to Alicia Atout. Thank you, Jane. Oh, sorry. Where is my mind? It's like, all right. Also, I like here in the write-ups on the AEW website, it's like reading the novelization of a film, because despite the fact that it's supposed to be like a glitch overtaking the system, man, they do have to type out this Klon activated flashed across the screen. Shouldn't you be ignoring that, webmaster of this website? It's like an illegal broadcast. Renee was with Statlander and Harley Cameron. Just kind of a fairly standard promo here. We got the aforementioned Hangman defeating Lee Moriarty open challenge thing. Moriarty got a good reaction being from Pittsburgh. This is good stuff. I haven't been super moved by Moriarty before, but I thought this was a good competitive match. Crowd were decently into it, considering you couldn't have found someone less likely to win than Lee Moriarty. But fun match.
This is kind of where, I'm the same. I've kind of never really got into Moriarty, but this was kind of the first time again, similar with Goa, where I was like, why are we not doing stuff with this guy? Very much enjoy it.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Do a little push.
And again, he's like, what is he? He's the pure champion. So again, they're like, well, he is doing something. He's on Ring of Honor. It's like, you're like, yeah, it does. No, exactly. It does not count at all. I would way more enjoy seeing him do something on a semi-regular on Dynamite. Page won with the Deadeye, which was nice. Like I like AEW do a lot more of that. They don't do it as much anymore. Guys winning their like TV matches with their secondary move. I think that's an underrated thing to do.
Yeah.
Had footage from the pay-per-view. Copeland was all huffy. He said he had to go home. Things were fucking with his family. Hugged Christian, said that he and Christian were family.
Christian's like, I don't got a family anymore. Yes, you do.
Very
family.
Cope going like, I have family.
Adam, I'll be honest, mate. When's the retirement match coming? Start building to that.
I mean, I realized we already did discourse golf with Gail Kim earlier. Funniest thing of the week was people thinking, "Oh, do you think he's going to wrestle John Cena?" Yeah, like on the like same couple of months stretch where WWE is constantly trying to pull every single viewer away from AEW where they can. Tony's going to do them a solid and let them have Edge, who they definitely pay millions of dollars to be in AEW. To go have a match with John Cena.
John Cena had the balls. He'd have shown up at something.
He should be in Blood and Guts. All right, he should come.
John Cena in Blood and Guts. He should be the fifth person.
Yeah, if John Cena, if they want to have a match, he can come to AEW. But no, I assume this is just he's a millionaire who works limited dates. It's what I assume.
He might be doing his Percy Jackson show.
Yes, and he's also an actor. He's a thespian.
Yes, Money Plane. What a film.
So, so who knows how long he'll be off there. FTR came out, did another great promo making fun of Christian and Cope and the wife and all this other stuff. They are certainly gonna do something with Beth down the line whenever Cope comes back, because they mentioned her a lot here.
Yeah.
Willow came out. This is kind of your sign again that Cope probably won't be back anytime soon, because they kind of pivoted FTR off to a different direction here. Willow came out and told them to shut up, and then if it wasn't, Beth inspired people like her to be a wrestler and to not take shit from guys like you, which was cute.
Very good for that.
So this is good stuff from Willow. Willow's an underrated promo, I feel. So she's getting in their faces, and then out came Jet Speed to back up Willow. So we're going to get Willow and Jet Speed, I guess, or maybe not even with Willow. Presumably if they had Willow,
it would be.
It probably should have Willow, because she was the actual person doing the. I mean, Jet Speed are just kind of her lackeys, to be honest. Her pin eaters, most likely. So you're going to get FTR and question mark against Jet Speed and Willow at some point. I don't know who that would be.
Stokely.
Oh God, can we leave that behind? I know that was actually the other thing as well, is that Willow and Stokely do have history, which is good.
Yes,
and I like Stokely a lot, but I'm over the woman and the manager being in the 6-man. I'm like, it's a bit NXT for my tastes. I got to be honest.
The problem with it is if you look into it, you're kind of implicitly saying the women are on the level of the geek manager.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's this period in AEW history where they're making such great strides, including some news items we'll talk about shortly. You don't need Willow and Stokely in there. I think that's undoing some of the positives you're doing. But anyway, we had another sweaty, tired MJF promo from the pay-per-view, kind of post loss. Great stuff. I mean, great stuff again. This is he does this a lot. These post pay-per-view promos, and they tend to be some of his best.
Yeah, thumbtack's still sticking out of him.
Thumbtack sticking out of and all that, and the tenor of this was very much that he is leaving for a small while, and when he comes back, he'll be
so many people leaving for small whiles.
Yeah, I imagine this will be. This seems like it's his honeymoon, so it seems like.
Yeah,
I mean, presumably you're talking about 2 weeks of TV or something like that.
Maybe a pay-per-view cycle.
Maybe a pay-per-view. Plus, then no harm for. I know they're struggling for people at the moment, but yeah, a pay-per-view cycle. I think you'll be okay without him. He'll make a splash when he comes back. I wanted to before the podcast. I did want to watch the Mystico match that everyone's raving about. I didn't get around to it.
No, did I?
But apparently it was.
I downloaded it and I've had it open in VLC Media Player for 3 days and I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
5.5 stars.
It was which?
5.5 stars.
Another post fiver.
Yeah, no points for Joe though.
No points. No, outside of the bounds of AEW. So we had the conglomeration versus the Callis family. The reveal for Orange Cassidy was that Don Callis had another painting made. And I feel like they revealed this in the most AEW production way possible, where I guess it was it supposed to be that they unveiled the painting and then Cassidy bursts through it. I guess was the implication. But they cut to the ramp and they turn the spotlight on for a second and you see that it's Orange Cassidy. Then the spotlight goes off instantly and then his music starts playing and then the light comes back up and you see that it's him. And he was just standing in an empty frame, basically. I guess to imply that he did destroy it. This was very, I feel like it just felt like the person at the desk was very ham-fisted doing this, particularly the light being on him and then going off.
Yeah,
so you briefly saw that it was Orange Cassidy and then it went dark. I was like, oh, it was classic AEW stuff here.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about it. I thought it was, he destroyed it backstage and but why would he stand in it? Yeah, you're right. I mean, really what they should have done here is had the painting and have it with some easily terrible material and he just burst through it. Although that's not a very Orange Cassidy thing to do, but if you're going to do that kind of thing, that's how you do it, I guess. It's strange. It was strange.
Rocky charged him. He got out of the way. Rocky went into the painting, which was kind of funny. And then they had their 6-man Cassidy Briscoe hologram defeat Okada, Takeshita, Hechicero. Good fun. This was your typical weekly Dynamite 6-man craziness.
Yeah, it's interesting that I don't remember a hologram injury happening here, at least.
No, and he won as well. Portal bomb on Hechicero. It's weird. The hologram thing is weird. Now again, look, wrestling injuries, it could have been something you missed, and in a few weeks it'll be reported and then we'll all go back and there'll be a GIF going on and you go, oh yeah, there. Okay, fair enough. But this is where we got Fletcher out doing the promo for the match that isn't happening. Good promo, really good promo, I thought, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this felt like a big match. This felt like a cool, a undefeated guy versus a champion. You're obviously pushing really hard.
Yeah.
So that they made that match. I guess they're not going to do it, but there you go. Got a Mina promo for her match with Statlander later. Jurassic Express video. They're going to be wrestling next week on the anniversary show, by the way, 6th anniversary of Dynamite next week. So you're getting your Jurassic Express, you're getting Fletcher versus Cassidy.
That show is looking really good.
It's looking quite good indeed. Return of Kenny Omega, obviously, as well. Claudio defeated Hobbs. It was all right. I was kind of hoping for a little bit better. Clothed Pac returned.
What's with the clothes the whole time?
I thought it was interesting for the big return angle because you didn't know who he was. It added a little bit of element to it. Now it's kind of odd. Now it's like you can't. Now it looks like a fan is hitting the ring. Because obviously he's in incredible shape, so you know straight away it's Pac when he comes out without the shirt. But
he's only worn his little trunks for the better part of 2 years since he joined the group. Now he's found some clothes.
Got his pants on.
And he got a haircut. So it's all happening. All happening in Packland.
So yeah, the Death Riders won. There was a heel beatdown afterwards. Hangman came out. Baby faces stood tall while the Death Riders retreated. So there you go. We got our announcement from Tony Khan. This is your classic Tony Khan staring at the camera, wide-eyed, very excited to tell us about it. It was, of course, the Women's World Tag Team Championship. Long overdue, but it is finally here. Mm-hmm. Renee unveiled the belts. They look almost identical to the men's, which I think is always the right way to go. Yeah. They just look like the tag belts. And yeah, there you go. No details, no tournament announced, no date, no nothing. But there they are. So, and they've got it made. They have them out there in front. So we're going to get that soon, I would imagine.
All right. Predictions. Who are the first champs?
Oh,
I think they give Bane the ring.
Give Bane the ring.
I think
give Bane the ring.
I think your two options. She's the one that most feels like got kind of shagged by the fact that the two titles are tied up by like long-term big stars, Money and Storm, and in a different, even just like a year and a half earlier, if she arrived at a quieter period, she probably would have come in and instantly won the world title. So I think in her or Tekla and one of Tekla's gals, but probably Bane and Ford. What are you boys thinking?
I don't think Tekla will go. I think it'll be Julia and Sky Blue would be in the tag team, and Tekla would be in the world title.
I think Bane or some Jamie Hayter combination, just because Hayter's need
Hayter and Windsor or something.
Yeah, Hayter needs something. That's actually true as well. Similar to Bane, you kind of feel like she should be higher, but she's butting her head against this like log jam up top. The thing about the triangle of madness is that they're a trio and they haven't explicitly said Tekla, but to me that group is Tekla and the lackeys. I don't know if you want to put the title on the lackeys. That'd be like Megan Bain, that'd be like the first champions being like Penelope Ford and some other jobber that Megan recruits. Do you know what I mean? I think you kind of want it on at least a star and her lackey. Because I mean, Julia is not sadly, she is not the kind of potential breakout star I felt like she was pre-injury, you know? I kind of feel like for the legitimacy of the belts, but also to give Tekla something to do, I think Tekla and maybe Julia is your money team, but it is kind of awkward as a trio.
Going to do them as a team. It seems so obvious that you have the leader and the two, so I don't think you pair one with one. Maybe, you got TJ in there as well. You've got...
I think we have way moved beyond TJ.
I'm not predicting. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
They exist as well.
I was thinking if I was the two of them, and similar to Sky Blue and Julia, if I got pitched, hey, TJ, if you want to be like, pick a person, Alex Windsor, this like new star who's really good, do you want to be their lackeys? I would say yes to that, because, I mean, those are just people who have just been lapped. They have just been completely overtaken by all this new influx of great talent. Your Windsor, your Aminata, your Tekla. I mean, they have just left people like TJ in the dust. They really have.
Yeah.
Now, I think they're good bodies to have for a tournament. Because that's the thing as well, is they do have the depth for, like, I think, a really solid tournament. I mean, you could probably, off the top of your head, you could probably rattle off pretty solid 18. Maybe some kind of weaker ones in there, but, you know. What's coming, I suppose, because you're going to have the C2 soon enough. You probably want your tournament done before that, I would imagine. You know?
Yeah, well, we'll get to Blood and Guts announcement. I assume that's coming soon. But I wonder, does it go Full Gear? Is that the final of the?
That'd be solid, yeah, because that's November, isn't it? So
Wrestle Dream through to Full Gear kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting to see where they go. Yeah, and again, who gets partnered up? Like we mentioned there, like you'd think a hater, but like who? You put it with Windsor, you know?
Aminata.
Aminata's going to need a partner realistically.
Yeah, Athena and Billy Starks.
Billy Starks would be in there. That's actually not a bad shout to potentially win it. Again, if they were ever going to just take Athena off Ring of Honor and actually use her on Dynamite, this would be a great moment to do that. But I think that ship has sailed. I don't know why, but I feel like that ship has sailed. You know, if she's not a fixture on Dynamite now, I can't really get my hopes up for it anytime soon. Yeah. Statlander defeated Shirakawa in the main event. This was actually a pretty solid match.
It's very good.
A lot of times you watch Amina matches and they're kind of just completely like fine. But she is typically delivered in the big matches. I think both her Money matches were really good. This was really good.
Yes.
So I think she can bust it out when she needs to. Statlander won here again with the seatbelt. So again, they're doing that story. Out comes Harley to celebrate with her. Out comes Wheeler Yuta to celebrate with her. Death Riders come out. They start teasing like she's going to turn on a Harley and join the Death Riders. She, of course, lays out Yuta, gives Mox the finger, and she bounces.
Right in the face. Right in the face.
So I thought this is great for her. I thought this made her look really tough and energized her quite a bit. So they've kind of used the whole Death Rider thing to energize her without having to do the kind of predictable thing of her she joins.
Yes.
I don't think people want to boo her anyway, so I think that would have been much like Garcia. I feel like that would have been like a forced. People don't really want to boo Chris Statlander type thing. So
will we get Shafir as the first challenger? Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And again, it kind of legitimizes the women. I know Shafir is a manager, but she's manager of like the main event stable. You know, she's that puts some sauce on that title scene right away, which is interesting.
I was surprised to see after Collision that Marina Shafir has actually had 4 matches this year in AEW. I could barely remember any of them.
Yeah. I can't either. Yeah, I can't. She was in
mixed tags.
She was in the Anarchy in the Arena, whatever that was.
And she was in a 6-woman tag and a straight mixed tag with Mox and Marina. And then I think the other one was Mox, Marina, and Yuta, maybe. Yeah.
You can get her in that tournament as well if you wanted to add another woman to the division, but yeah.
Her and Claudio dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Now we're talking money. He comes out with his face in a cake. Tremendous.
The big conclusion here was that Darby Allin came out with his flamethrower again to scare the Death Riders. So there you go. Surely, as we said last week, surely doing some variety of Inferno match or...
Well, they announced what the match is going to be.
Oh, did they? Sorry, I missed that. What is it?
It's going to be an I Quit match.
Oh, okay. Wow, I missed that.
With a big old... I'm sure the finish will be a big old fire spot. Mox will be on fire and he'll go, I'll never quit. I'll never quit, even though I'm on fire. I'm melting.
Yeah, this is the exact reason you do an I Quit match, because the selling point is literally you're like, what? I can't picture either of these people quitting. What atrocities are they going to do to each other to get there?
Well, let me put my Paul Levesque booking hat on here for a second.
All right, so what's the worst finish you could book? Go on.
Darby is going to hit Wheeler with a chair, and Moxley crits to say,
"Oh no, not Wheeler! Oh no!" Not the Hot Wheels Doritos branded chair. Don't hit it with the sponsored Soa energy drink chair. Oh no!
God. Triple H just got the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia sledgehammer out.
I saw a clip from the Blake Monroe Jordan Grace cage match, right? And it's the finish, and they're doing an air raid crash off the top of the cage, right? It was a big nasty spot, which obviously wouldn't take for all the money in the world. And it's like, and the commentators are like, oh my god! And fucking Jordan's got Blake Monroe, and she's fucking upside down on top of a cage, life in her hands. And just below them is the Slim Jim branded table. It just looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my, it's so terrible. And I know they're probably getting millions for it, but it's just ridiculous. It looks so bad. It looks like they're having a match on a fucking action figure playset, you know. Anyway.
AEW need to go and get their own little sponsorship, but have it be like, or can B&Q or something.
Yeah, like we make tables. We're the table manufacturers. That's what our advertising is on the tables. I didn't catch Collision. How was it?
Collision was pretty good, to be fair. I watched the first hour of it last night, and then I watched the rest of it today. Let me pull it up here. Collision. It was kind of an uninspired looking card. I was asked, is there anything on Collision worth checking out? I was kind of, not really. But then actually watching it was actually a good show. Opened up with a 6-man tag. It was Moxley, Garcia, and Claudio, Death Riders, against the Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, and Matt Menard. So paying off a little bit of that Garcia Menard storyline. Garcia did hit Menard with the old Super Dragon stomp for the win. So that put paid to that relationship finally. They went immediately then into another Death Riders match. Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir against Rachel Ellering and Rosario Grillo. Just the absolute cream of the crop here. Of course, the Death Riders won, immediately with Marina's choke. And then they mentioned a little quick promo about the match on Dynamite this week with Yuta and Marina Shafir against Darby and Statlander. So, of course, this was kind of a setup match for that. So they got their win in here. Hangman Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs promo backstage. This is actually quite funny because before the previous mixed tag match, Nigel and Shivani threw to the back for some words from Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Hanger. And it just went to the match. And it was just kind of sat there all awkward. So yeah, typical good Samoa Joe, intense promo. It's going to be a good match. Looking forward to that. The Acclaimed with separate entrances and no rap versus the Swirl. So we did have the end of us talk about Hologram. The Swirl, by the way, Joe's looking very confused. What the fuck is the Swirl? Swirl is Big Shotty Lee Johnson and Blake Christian.
Maybe I'm old. Apparently, this is the name is like a joke to the fact that they are an interracial tag team. That went over my head. I have to have that explained to me. Great bits going on here on Collision with these graduates from Ring of Honor.
So Max Caster finally put paid to his 0-20 streak that he had been on so far this year. He was, from a fantasy league point of view, the wrestler with the most matches and the fewest points. 0 from 20. But they did pick up the win here off Bones hitting a molly whop in the ropes and Caster getting the roll up. But they did not scissor and they continue to be at loggerheads. But for how long?
I was about to say we're dragging this out. I guess you have to do the thing where they team together for a while, but they're not on the same page, I guess, because those stories, they don't want to be the team. But again, I don't think anyone wants them to be the team, so I don't know, because I don't know, maybe we're odd here, but are other people watching this going, oh, please, scissor, where's Daddy Ass?
Oh, well, there was no Daddy Ass here yet again. He was mentioned, though.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's fully out. Or, I mean, they still have Jerry Lynn being the daddy ass substitute, which to me, like, no offense to Jerry, but he's like the one person worse than daddy ass that you could get to do this.
Yeah, like daddy ass is like a tall, jacked guy who he isn't very good, but he's still like an active wrestler, you know.
And a wrestler of some repute. Not that Jerry Lynn wasn't a good wrestler, but come on.
But in kayfabe, he was never a world beater, you know.
In kayfabe, I mean, he had his ECW, even out of kayfabe. He had his ECW run, very good wrestler, but never amounted to anything in WWE or WCW, really. Anyway, this isn't have a go at Jerry Lynn hour. He's a fine man.
Oh. Well, we can we're a bit short on run time, so. For 55 minutes of Jerry Lynn bashing, then Ring of Honor run, that was fun. Shit.
Yeah.
Also, when he cut his hair, he looked like a fucking idiot. Then we had a great Nick Wayne backstage. Very, very good. So he's still coming for Christian Cage. That was the long and short. We had a hype video for the upcoming AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. No mentions specifically of a tournament or anything, but all the teams in the mix. And we interviewed one of those teams. And it was Anna Jay and Tainara Mello. They threw their hat in the ring to win those titles.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, they, at the very least, I'll tell you what, they have been a tag team for years. I'll say that. You know.
At the very least, they are a team you can put in a tournament or something.
Yeah, at the very least, they are two women.
They are two women who can do it. I mean, they have had one of the best tag matches in this company's history, which is that New Year's Eve bloodbath that they had with this body. That was a fucking great match.
That is true. Hands up.
So hands up. Listen.
They've had a better match than Jerry Lynn in his entire career.
That's fair.
No, in his entire career.
I mean,
he never had as good a match as they did that way. Speaking of wrestlers better than Jerry Lynn, we had the debut of the new hottest trio in wrestling, the Outrunners and Dalton Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And they wrestled. Let me get my reading glasses out for these wrestler names here. KM, Cowpoke Paul.
Okay.
I have not been poked by a cow before anybody is worrying. And Corey Sparks.
Poked a few cows in your time though, probably.
I have heard of KM. I don't know
he wrestles frequently on AEW.
Yeah, and I think he's a producer.
Kevin Matthews.
Kevin Matthews, he's backstage in some capacity. I don't know who these other people are.
You don't know Cowpoke Paul? Did he not wrestle The Rock at WrestleMania?
No, you're thinking of the other Paul, you idiot.
You're thinking of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Dear.
Cowpoke Paul. When that name came up, I did do a double take. A second.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a good one. Obviously, Outrunners and Dalton won.
I mean, Barry was talking earlier about the ticket sales for AEW TV tapings, and I didn't watch.
Paul doesn't.
I didn't watch Collision, and I do feel like this is part of the problem. Like, there's nothing you'd miss by not going to the show. Really, I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it was fine, but would you leave your house, buy a ticket, travel to some kind of arena somewhere, and sit through this?
I mean, if you were to make a list of your top 15 AEW attractions, right? Your top 15 wrestlers that you would put your hand into your pocket, take your wallet out. Oh, a fly's coming out. Oh, never mind. Let me go into the other piggy bank. And then buy a ticket to a show. Let's see. Let's go through the announced card you got here. Okay, you got Moxley on here.
Moxley,
Garcia, Claudio, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Matt Menard. I don't know if you include those.
To see them, but I'm not paying to see them.
They're not the reason for going there, but they're a nice little. That's fine. Wheeler Yuta, Marina Shafir, Rosario Grillo, Rachel Ellering, The Acclaimed, The Swirl, Outrunners and Dalton Castle.
Man, I'm trying to work out which team is the jobber team.
Come on, Outrunners and Dalton Castle are right. Don't be me.
No, they're all right, but come on, they should be the jobber team. This is.
I mean, I get your point. Yeah, it should be those three against Nick Wayne and fucking a trio of Commander and Kyle Fletcher.
Okay, that would
Kyle Fletcher.
That get me.
Would be in it. Eddie Kingston and Hook, Big Bill, Brian Keith,
Eddie,
and then Jamie Hayter, Julia Hart. Eddie be player for me. Anyway, we did have Commander Kyle Fletcher, and this was the match, as I mentioned earlier, where I was watching out. I had my Stevie Richards hat on. I don't know if he ever wore a hat. Does Stevie Richards have any gimmick where he ever wore a hat? I don't think so. I had my white shirt on and my black tie, and I said, "Don't show any boobies on this TV show, please." Unfortunately, Cowpoke Paul and Corey Sparks had already been on, and Jerry Lynn, so whatever. But Commander Kyle Fletcher, oh baby, this was an absolute banger. This was an absolute ooh. You know what? You know when you watch a match and it's Mascara Dorada against the Beast Mortos and just having a banger, and then they try to be one move too fucking athletic, one move too crazy, and then they kind of fall over and you go, oh. This match had none of that. Everything in this match was perfectly executed. This was, you will never see a better springboard into a destroyer than these two men performed here. It was, you don't often watch a match whatever about the quality of match or how good the psychology or the story of the match is. But this was just a match where I don't think I've ever exclaimed so many times, oh, that was done so well. Oh, the execution of that was brilliant. Oh, the chemistry of these lads, they were exactly on the same frequency. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. I mean, go out of your way to see this. This is the match of the week. This one for sure. Which is again a little bit of a trend with Commander. He had that little run. Was it earlier this year or last year where we were saying maybe there's a little something he can do here with Commander? And then he kind of, I don't know if he got injured or what, but he kind of fell off a little bit. Wasn't he supposed to be he was the fill-in for the C2 last year, is what it was. And he had a good little run, but then they didn't really follow up on it. But this match was great. This match was a banger. And then they announced that on Dynamite, because Hologram's out, the replacement opponent is going to be Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy, Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite. 6th anniversary this coming week, which sign me up for that one. I'll take all of that you got.
Yeah, it's pretty good make good match.
Pretty good. No, pretty good. Eddie Kingston and Hook versus Big Bill and Brian Keith. Interesting that on commentary they did refer to them as the former members of Chris Jericho's learning tree. This is the thing, because AEW, when someone is gone, they just don't get named. They don't get mentioned. No one says the words Malachi Black anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the fact that they're still saying his name, that to me indicates at least that he's not persona non grata. He's still be here.
Although interesting to see that they are calling them former members, because I don't believe they officially had a breakup like on TV.
No.
So Jericho mentioned, but also kind of quietly distancing them from him. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, this was, as far as the match goes, this was, again, similar to the Bayfield. This was kind of the Big Bill show while Eddie Kingston lay on the outside of the match for the majority of it. Because they turned it into a tornado tag from the very beginning. So this was a tornado tag match. Some fun stuff. Hook and Eddie Kingston not always on exactly the same timing. So they would go for like a double shoulder block, for example, and Kingston would go a second earlier than Hook. And so they're kind of a little bit out of sync. But story of the match was Kingston selling for the majority of it. And then by the end, they both got in. Kingston hit the back fist into a Hook Red Rum on Brian Keith for the win. They also announced during this that the 6th year anniversary Dynamite, ooh baby, it's going to be a 2.5 hour special.
Yes, yeah.
So give those banger matches a little bit more time, baby. Don't mind that. Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson officially recruited Ace Austin into the team.
Right. It's a good fit.
I'm all for that. It's a good fit. So they're a little trio now. Austin Gunn, Juice Robinson, and Ace Austin. So let's see where that goes. And then main event was Jamie Hayter, Julia Hart. Stop the presses. I have an announcement to make. Julia Hart did the moonsault.
Oh.
Did it properly. Landed it properly. Good. She didn't land on her feet. So I did give a little standing O for that one. Match was quite good. Solid little main event. Hayter gave Julia Hart a great looking tombstone. Fantastic. Like, I don't know whether it's a trend in wrestling among people who do tombstones, but I think the first time I saw it was Matt Riddle and all the way up to like Kyle Fletcher, I think. And Takeshita's, although it's not a tombstone, he does a similar move where they do a tombstone, but they're almost already laying them down flat before the impact.
Yeah.
And Hayter did a real fucking spiking looking tombstone here. None of this, not actually dropping them vertically. So this was great. Picked her up and hit her with the Haterade for the win. Great stuff. Triangle of Madness were laying the beat down on Hayter when Aminata came down for a save, which love Aminata. I love that Queen Aminata has gone from someone last year who was on it. Like, she was the max caster of like being like 0 out of 30 in matches. Now she's making saves in the main event segment of Collision. It's great stuff. I of course started watching her vlog as well. It's very fun.
Aminata's.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, but she's funny. She's a funny person.
She's funny, but she's also very very honest on it in a good.
Yes.
Like not like that she's a bitch or anything, but she's like, don't know, just seems to me someone who's very, very on the level, you know?
Guys, have you seen this deathmatch spot? I mean, it's so fucking stupid.
And then, yeah, she came out for the save. Hader and Aminata fought them off, and Hader said, let's do fucking blood and guts, baby. So we are getting the women's blood and guts.
Hell yeah.
So you go Triangle of Madness.
Dane and Penelope, maybe? They've been teaming a lot over the last
Okay, yeah, there you go. I was trying to think, yeah, there you go. That's 5. And then Hader, Aminata. Willow's not really involved in this. I guess she could be.
Harley.
Yes.
Harley, Willow.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah.
Windsor. Possibly.
Windsor and Jamie have been that kind of
see what Tony is up to these days. She's not the champ anymore, of course.
That's true. Yeah, she's advertised for Dynamite, but she doesn't have any.
Mina probably won't be involved.
Nothing specifically advertised, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking forward to that.
But like I say, Fletcher, Commander, 2 guys who let's do that thing where you have a match on Collision and it's sneakily super good. And then you run it back on Dynamite in a couple of weeks.
Run it back.
And then people see it and people go, oh my God, that match was so good.
Oh, yeah.
All for that, please.
Alrighty, that was Collision. And we will now segue over, watch some movies. Who's seen a movie this week?
Oh, it's the old silver screen. All I've done this week is watch movies because I'm so tired to do anything else. I mean, the PS5 with Death Stranding sitting there going, Paul, do you want to play a bit of this game? I'm like, wait, too tired. Like, I've been working some 10, 11 hour shifts this week, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, Kojima-san, I just do not have the energy for you anymore. So I did stick on a few movies, 4 movies to watch this week, or to review. And I've been continuing to do what I did last week, which is go through my Blu-rays that I've not seen in alphabetical order. So I watched All Is Lost last week. This week, 2 films, both French language, coincidentally. One of them very cute and fun and whimsical, and the other a total misery fire. So we start with Amélie, or Le Fabuleux Destin d'Amélie Poulain, to give the French name. So I'd never seen Amélie. Amélie is probably one of the more famous French movies this side of the channel. 2001, Audrey Tautou, directed by Jeunet, who's one of my favorite directors. You might know Jeunet having directed, did he do Alien Resurrection, I want to say?
Really? I like that one.
Yes, yeah.
He directed another French movie, which is also really fun, called Micmac, which I recommend if people haven't seen it. But he's kind of one of those standout directors of a kind of maybe a Terry Gilliam or Wes Anderson ilk, where he's got a very defined, quirky style. His films are often that kind of outsider quirk. So Amélie is, in super simple terms, a film about kind of, again, an outsider who finds that her purpose in life is making people happy, but is it at the expense of her own happiness, and how does she eventually kind of reconcile that? That's basically the plot of the film. But of course, it's done in a very interesting, again, super quirky way. So she finds this little box in her bathroom which contains belongings of the previous owner of the apartment, and she goes to seek him out, and so on. It goes from there. So I mean, I loved it. It's right up my alley in terms of, I like the visual style of it. I like movies that have that kind of vibe to it. I liken it as well to something like Coraline, even though that's maybe a scarier movie. It has a similar structure to Coraline, similar Tim Burton-y almost kind of weirdness to it. And yeah, I like films that just kind of take you on a weird little journey. It's very much a kind of a hero's journey with Amélie. So it's almost got 4 or 5 little stories contained within, and it goes from one to the next in a fun way. So, I mean, I'm the one that's late to the party on this one, but I thought Amélie was great and deserved of its recognition as one of the more famous French movies. Then I watched the other movie first because I made a mistake in how I had arranged the alphabetized movies. But I watched Amour, which is a Michael Haneke movie, which was Oscar nominated the year before I started to watch every movie nominated for the Oscars. So Amour is a very sad movie. Kind of, I don't know if you guys saw The Father, the Anthony Hopkins.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
This is kind of like a companion piece to that if you're having if you just want a particularly miserable weekend. So whereas The Father is a more high concept movie of, someone dealing with dementia told from their perspective, this is very much not necessarily about dementia, but it's about an old lady's body and mind starting to break down in old age, but told from the perspective of the husband, who's having to, deal with the situation. And it's a very no frills, warts and all telling of that story of this man as he's starting to go, starts from, they're the cute old couple who go for their walks and talk in the kitchen, blah, blah. And then right at the beginning of the film, she has this stroke. And then it just, everything starts to tumble and go downhill from there, and how he kind of deals with it. So again, very similar to the All Is Lost last year, where there was a certain poignancy in watching a movie about mortality in which the actor has now passed away, as with Robert Redford last year. The 2 actors from this movie have also since died. So it adds sort of an extra layer watching it, knowing that you're watching a film about that theme and the people who are playing are no longer there. But I mean, 2 excellent performances, especially I think Emmanuelle Riva, I think was the name of the lady, who's just, I mean, again, no frills, just absolutely realistically portrays the body and mind starting to go. So she has a stroke, she's paralyzed on her right side, and again, just played super, super well. So, not one that you're gonna stick on the rewatch list, no, necessarily, but I mean Haneke is a great director, and this is, it looks great, but again, it's very, very, very hard and very tough. It's a tough watch for sure, but one that is ultimately a great movie, and there's more to it than just what the plot kind of is. It has another level to it as well. It's really, really great. And then we go to, that's the end of the Blu-ray watch. Now we stick on Fantastic Four.
Ah, yes.
Which I think all 3 of us have now.
Yes, so, yeah, because I watched it this week as well.
Yeah. So I've only watched one of the 6 previous MCU movies prior to this one. So I might be a little bit out of the loop. I don't think there was anything in this movie that I thought, what is this? I didn't watch this. I don't know what's happening. I just feel like
It's a separate
everything is a different Earth.
This is Earth 3014, not Earth.
So sorry.
Actually, I think you'll find it.
I think Feige said ahead of this one that it was I think he kind of giving the game away. He kind of called this like a no homework movie, I believe, or some version of that quote was going around. But yeah, so they splash at the beginning of this movie. They do put Earth such and such a number on the bottom of the screen, and I was like, am I supposed to know if that is the main one or is not the main one? I kind of feel like, because again, the nerds do know which one is the main, but I don't know which one is the main. I think the point is that it was not the main one, because for a movie I don't think you've seen, the post-credits scene in Thunderbolts is they see an anomaly in space and it's Fantastic Four ship. So I guess the idea is that they jump to the main timeline at some point, and I guess we'll get that explained in. I guess the next one is the Avengers movie, I'm pretty sure. So that movie is going to be unbelievably bad. Anyway, let's talk about Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, I got that it was a different world when Times Square had like literal giant 60s style television screen.
Yes, yeah.
I understood that. I mean, I thought it was fine. You know, one of them. It's a nice, simple movie. The one thing I appreciate about it is that it's not trying to be overwrought and over important like some of these movies can be. It's a nice, simple story about the group, the little baby, the little baba, and you know, you've got Pedro Pascal doing his thing. You got Vanessa Kirby doing an American accent, which was super jarring immediately. But then I kind of got used to it as film went on. You've got Bobak Baumbaram, whatever the guy's name is from The Bear. I don't know his name. Iban Musk. He's there. He turned into a man made out of rock. He turned into a Pokemon. And then you've got Joseph Quinn. Joseph Quinn, not very good at this.
Not great. Kind of
not great character and not great performance.
No,
but everyone else is pretty good. And you got Finchy as the big giant kaiju villain,
yes,
which was fun, and it was fine. I mean, there was nothing in it that, I mean, this sounds like, you know, the faintest of praise, but there was nothing in this that I found kind of aggressively annoying, as I often do with these movies. But at the same time, there was nothing that really had the heart pounding or got me really excited. But it was absolutely watchable. It was absolutely passable, and it wasn't very long. Didn't feel like it went on for 5 hours, and it was fine.
Okay, I liked it more than you. It seems I thought it was quite good. I really liked the realization of what they went for with that alternate past future.
The visuals and the
it's like, God, it's like, even going back to the heyday of Marvel, it's like, geez, someone actually decided to make these look somewhat interesting. But also then, like in the first act, they go to Galactus's big ship. I thought that looked cool. I kind of realized while I was watching this, I was like, even though it's not my favorite flavor of comic book, but these movies have actually done the cosmic stuff kind of well. Kind of visually interesting. I liked the big ship. I liked the big, whatever that big chamber is that Galactus sits in with all the tubes. I thought that all looked really good.
All the fire, the lava.
I thought the family dynamic was generally really good, and I liked Pascal and Kirby. I also did not like the fella playing the Human Torch. I didn't like his performance, and it's definitely a movie about the group, and as such, some of the more interesting elements of the individual characters were basically not there at all. You had, like, you know, very half-baked The Thing likes Natasha
with
Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne, where she's in the movie for 30 seconds at the beginning and then disappears.
It really feels like they cut out a scene resolving that, because this was a movie that John Malkovich was apparently in this movie and completely cut out, because I guess they extensively, because he was in one of the first trailers, so this was, you know, like a lot of Marvel movies, it seems like this was chopped up a lot and altered. I mean, that Natasha Lyonne thing, it goes nowhere. I mean, anyway, if you know anything about The Thing, it's, you know, he can't turn off his rock man stuff, and so he wishes he was a normal person, but he's not. And so they have like 2 scenes talking about that, and like no payoff to that arc at all. Likewise, the Pascal character is like a smart man. They do, like, that character goes so many different directions, and actually not that long ago read a very well regarded Fantastic Four run that kind of popularized a lot of the multiverse stuff that's currently going on, where Reed Richards is like so obsessed with like fixing everything, and also having the arrogance of thinking he can fix everything, that he starts doing multiversal travels, try and fix all the things. This movie doesn't do any of that kind of thing, or it doesn't touch on The Thing not wanting to be a rock man. Maybe because they've been on such shaky ground lately, because they were just like, let's fucking just try and make this movie work on a basic level. But I think they nailed it. I think it was also nice to see a team up movie where they don't do annoying infighting, and half the movie is about them having to get on the same page.
Sure.
I really liked it. I felt like it kind of, by the end of it, I thought, like, this is almost more than the sum of its parts, because I don't know if any one individual element of it is blowing me away, but I'm just really enjoying it. I was very pleasantly surprised with it. I don't know what they do next, because the next one is Avengers, I think. unless I'm mistaken.
I'm going to look it up now.
They've only got two.
Spider-Man's coming.
Well, they Spider-Man and Doomsday are the two next films. I don't know what order they're in.
I think Spider-Man first, then Doomsday, and then Secret Wars.
It's Spider-Man first, then.
I don't know if there's anything like between all of those.
Them, yeah.
Surely there's going to be more like another Thor.
They're the next three.
They're the two, because they have gone in the wake of just all these disasters they've had. They are paring back, and they are going, more minimal. I feel like
how are they going to build it? How do you do the build? How do you do the build to the main event?
My hope for that Spider-Man movie after the last one is I think you need to go small scale. I think you need to go. It needs to be. They've already said the Hulk is in it, which I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think you need. I would really rather there would be like no other characters in that movie. But I'm like,
just like Castaway.
It's just Spider-Man on an island. But like, you look at they've just. That movie sounds completely farcical. You had like those quotes from like Alan Cumming out there being like almost sounded like a parody of a Marvel experience. Like, I didn't see anyone or interact with anything. I recorded all of my shit on my own, looking at a green screen. I don't know what they're going to do with me. They're going to have the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, all the new X-Men. They're recasting the X-Men. They're going to be in it. Like, so these people either have to be introduced in the fucking Spider-Man movie, which would probably derail that, or is this next Avengers movie just going to be people showing up out of portals for 3.5 hours, going it's me, Blorko, So I enjoyed Thunderbolts, I enjoyed Fantastic Four, but I am not buying stock. I am not buying stock in the MCU right now, because I do feel like they are careening towards another derailing, but we'll see. That is two solid. Let's say that's two solid movies for 2025. They also had Captain America, which was abhorrent. But
one more movie then.
Go on.
I went to the cinema for this one,
and
actually went to the Irish Film Institute to guarantee a well-behaved audience for this one. Which, unfortunately, so my local View cinema, the ticket price is $6.99 for a ticket, which is very, very reasonable. Irish Film Institute, and it's a little bit pricier because this is also a 70mm.
You went a little premium format for the occasion.
18 Europeans. Let's see a movie. So three times as expensive.
That is a lot.
But it's a big one. It's the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie. It's the best reviewed movie of the year currently on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I knew nothing about it.
Fives left
until
and right.
Until the word of mouth hit, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson is usually good for
of course,
a good time. Let me look up his last movies. I have not yet seen a lot of his earlier ones. I've seen most of the recent ones. Licorice Pizza, Phantom Thread, Inherent Vice, The Master, There Will Be Blood. So I've seen all 5 of those. I haven't seen Punch Drunk Love, Magnolia, Boogie Nights, Hard Eight yet. So 6 out of 10. I still have to see 4. So One Battle After Another is the new one. It is a kind of half thriller, half comedy of sorts.
Okay.
I said when I came out, it was kind of the kind of movie that if I went in blind and didn't know who directed it, it feels very Coen Brothers.
Okay.
More so than PTA. I mean, I don't think I've seen a Paul Thomas Anderson movie that's leaned so much into the comedy as much as this one, and specifically the kind of comedy you get in some of those, Hail Caesar or Fargo, like that kind of comedy. Stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, Benicio del Toro, and Chase Infinity, which is a hell of a name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
All fantastic, and all fantastic. I mean, the film is a banger. I'm happy to confirm the film is absolutely great. It is a movie about the far left revolutionary movement in the I'm guessing when this is, so I think about the early 2010s. So it's very much a film about the you can read into I don't know how directly it's about this, but about the ICE and the prosecution of immigrants in the US. Touches on that a lot. And it's specifically about Leonardo DiCaprio's character and this other revolutionary who stuff goes wrong, let's say, on one of their actions, and the movie goes from there, and a little babby is involved, and then there's kind of a jump forward, and the rest of the movie is kind of about the repercussions of that earlier thing going wrong. Sean Penn, you can start etching the name on the Oscar statuette right now. Just let's not waste any of time. Let's start knocking Sean Penn onto that. My God, the guy is absolutely hilarious in it. He plays a overly macho and overly tough kind of military type.
All right.
But like comically so, to a comical extent. So he's a standout. He's so funny. All my favorite moments were when Sean Penn did that. His character's name, to give you an idea, is Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw.
Okay.
That's what you're dealing with. Benicio del Toro is fucking great in it as well. I mean, look, it's super, super good. It's a little on the long side. It's about 240. So you're in for a long one. But I'll say as well, the 70mm projection is super looking. Nice little flicker off the picture as well. The little mark in the corner for the real end. It was nice to take a little step back in time and watch a proper projected film, It's great. I mean, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
It's the kind of movie just go see it. All the thriller elements work super well. All the comedy works. There was no clangers. I mean, on one end of the spectrum, you got Joseph Quinn in Fantastic Four. On the other end, you got Sean Penn in this movie here. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, it was wonderful. Check it out. One battle after another, and expect it to be among the talk for the Oscars this time. Come February.
Yeah, I'm mulling a trip to the actual cinema to see it. It seems fantastic.
Yeah. See that next week.
I think I might. Similar to I haven't seen very much PTA, so I might look at it.
I'll throw a recommendation, especially for The Master. I think is great.
Okay.
I mean, there will be blood, obviously, but The Master maybe among this. I haven't seen Boogie Nights. I need to check out Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Joe loves a bit of Boogie Nights.
Do you like a big fake cock? Because I've got one.
I like a big real cock.
I'll just leave. Oh, hello. I'll leave it with that.
Well, that's a wonderful segue because I watched 28 years later this week.
Oh, you face
the much touted return of Boyle, Garland, and that's it. Nobody else returned. I didn't know what to expect about this because this has been weirdly divisive. I have found.
Okay.
I've heard people praising it to the hilt. I've heard people hating it. I've spoken to multiple people IRL who hated it. I liked it. I think I was kind of muted on it. And I've been fairly high on. I haven't seen. What have I seen? Now that I'm actually curious. What recent Danny Boyle stuff have I seen? I don't think I've actually seen that much. I've seen pretty much everything Garland has had his name attached to in the last couple of years, with the exception of what was that thing this year?
Warfare.
I haven't seen Warfare yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Directed by Danny Boyle. It's here on Letterboxd. I did not watch yesterday. Those trailers, I've seen it. I saw those. I was like, all right, I've seen enough. Yeah. I did not watch Trainspotting 2. I didn't watch Millions. Okay, he's had some clunkers, but I liked Trance, and 28 Days and Slumdog Millionaire, so I like him. I don't love him, and I watched this and I thought, just like the original, it's tense and gritty, and it has a bit of an emotional core to it. Actually, I'd argue probably has more of an emotional core to it than the original. Sure. So that's one favorable comparison it has. And that's really it. I thought it was a perfectly solid, above average enjoyable enough horror movie with an ending that I thought walked up to the line, and I could see people finding it to be.
I hated the ending.
Yeah, I could see. I could see you hating it. I could see Joe loving it. I could see lots of people loving it. It's also a movie, I suppose. I kind of wanted to love it more because it's obviously it's really going for something. It's an extremely British movie. Yeah. And when I say it's an extremely British movie, not in the way that it's full of dry wit. Oh, sorry, you haven't seen a zombie over there. I better finish this scene. It's not that kind of British movie. It's like
real British people.
It's like there's really like unapologetic, very obvious parallels to the real world. They've got a bunch of straight up, like, I don't know what that like Viking footage is. That supposed to be archival footage? It looks like it's footage from another film. In the first part, you know, when they're cutting in with like old timey battle footage, you know, they've got all of that. You've got some like, you know, you got a little bit of Brexit in there to a certain extent. Obviously, you get a little snippet of greater world lore where they have like a soldier from the EU, and he just has like a smartphone. He's talking about his friend's a delivery driver, and so you're like, oh, the normal world's advancing out there. And then, I mean, is it too early to? I mean, can we talk about the ending? Fast forward like 2 minutes if you care at all. I feel like if you care at all, you would have seen it by now. The main character, the kid, who's very good child actor in this. He goes off on
another thing better than the original.
Another thing better than the original. The kid was a bit ropey in the original. Goes off on his own to, you know, prove something of himself, or he's had his fill of the little commune because it's, you know, flawed. His dad is very flawed. His mom dies. He wants to go off and make something of himself. And he, again, you know, subtext is for cowards, etc. He gets saved from a zombie attack by a gang of Jimmy Saviles, basically.
Yeah. Ninja Jimmy Saviles.
A bunch of like men in colorful tracksuits with long flowing blonde hair and tons of gold on them lend a helping hand to this youngster, and then the film cuts to black. And obviously, you know, like the first film, of course, famously ends with, "Oh, we found the soldiers. We've got Saint Haven. What could possibly go wrong here?" And then this film ends that way. You know, did they?
I love when I was watching The Blair Witch first time, and she looks in the corner, and Mr. Blobby is there. That's one of my top favorite film moments.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was extremely on the nose. It was kind of like a little bit of, part of me was watching this and that ending, and I wouldn't say I loved it, but I wouldn't say it knocked the whole film for me. But part of me did feel a little bit like, if you're Danny Boyle and you're Alex Garland and you're like, all right, they're going to make this film regardless of whether or not we are involved in it, because that's the world we live in. So we'll do it. We'll do it our way. But also, like, I don't imagine either of them gave a shite about actually ever making another 28 Days in. I don't think so. Like, we're going to just go fucking ham on this one and have a bit of fun with it because they're giving us loads of money. It's a bit silly, but I didn't hate it. And I think the rest of the movie does what you want it to do. And I will say,
especially the first third is great.
The first third is great. I think the best thing you can say of it as well, despite being another one of these legacy sequels, it's not really derivative at all. It's that first movie is great. It's its own special thing. That first movie is, dare I say, a little bit derivative. As someone who loves it, you know, the ending of that movie is very, you know, Romero. It's very you know, playing off the hits. This is kind of doing its own thing, and I really appreciate that. I liked it a lot. I was kind of mixed on the visual style. Obviously, they were not going to do the fucking atrocious, grainy handheld cameras again. I wonder if they had the chance to go back and do that original one differently, because it's like iconic in its own way, and I love the way that movie looks in some ways. But then also, sometimes you watch it on like a big TV and you're like, man, this looks fucking hideous, and it's supposed to look hideous. But you know, this one they kind of went. I don't even know how I would describe the visual style of this one. It's very odd. They're going a little bit handheld, like that style, but obviously not done with actual handheld. they get kind of weirdly kind of Matrix-y for some of the action shots where something will get headshotted and they like 360 around it. It looks kind of cool, but it's also kind of shuttery, kind of going for like kind of shutter shots.
The original one.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of mixed on it. It wasn't as ugly as the other film I watched this week, which I'll talk about in a second. But a solid return. And I guess this is now a franchise off to the races because they are doing another one next year. I think it's already filmed actually.
The Blood Temple or Bone Temple.
Bone Temple, yeah. Nia DaCosta, who I really liked her Candyman.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, both you boys saw this. You were Joe. You were very high on this, I believe, overall, weren't you?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked the kind of allegory. Well, it's how I described it at the time. It's like Cares meets Mad Max. It's all about really.
Yeah.
It's really about this young boy's journey going off to become a man, but it happens to be set in a world that's been overrun with zombies. Like that's the thing. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it, and it was for me, like I said at the time, it was fundamentally about like living on an island. Like that's a lot what the film is about. Like what that does to your kind of psyche compared to living in I don't know, like a big continent like Europe or somewhere. Like when you're on an island, it changes the kind of the way you see the outside world. There's a certain difference to it, and it's obviously it's a microcosm because within the movie they live on a small island, but really it's like living in like Britain or Ireland or anywhere, any other island kind of nation. And so I really liked that, and it was funny and it wasn't particularly scary, but I liked how weird it was, like the Rafe Fiennes stuff. That was bonkers, but yeah, it was good.
The other film I watched, another legacy sequel, because that's just all that there is now. Those are the only films I watched. Final Destination, Bloodlines, which I alluded to there earlier. I mean, it was absolutely visually repulsive film, which absolutely atrocious looking movie. Thankfully, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's fucking watching. Nobody's going to see Bloodlines in 70mm, all right, to go see some PTA cinematography. The entire, like, if you saw the trailer, like, you might have seen, like, premise of this, like, the big scene that they were pushing a lot in the marketing is, like, there's a girl it's basically like a fake Space Needle from Seattle. Except
the
it's in, like,
spinning restaurant.
I mean, if you've ever seen this trailer, I remember just looking like, why does that look that way? That's how the whole movie looks. It's not very nice. It doesn't matter, right? It's Final Destination. Who cares? It's a fun one of them. They have completely leaned into the appeal of that movie. It's constant reaction shots of things dangling over power switches and glass with the teeny tiniest crack in it at the beginning of a scene. Completely leaning into that. Tons of red herrings, tons of fake outs. They actively lean into it again to the point that I think it is fully like a horror comedy. It's not just a movie where you're kind of laughing at the absurdity of some of it. They're totally doing it on purpose, and I think the laughs are there. I think they got very creative with the violence and the insanity on it. Mm-hmm. Again, you have to go through the whole charade where the characters have to figure out what's happening. Go talk to Vincent D'Onofrio, as the old red letter media cliche was. Talk to the guy who knows what's happening, so you can explain what's happening. And those are the kind of the moments where the movie kind of grinds to a halt because you have to have all of that. But it was good fun. If you have gotten a kick out of these movies, you'll get a kick out of this one. Very perfectly entertaining, cheesy watch, for sure. Last performance of the late great Tony Todd, of course, as well. It was fun. If you don't like these movies, there's nothing here for you. I mean, but if you've ever enjoyed them, I think you might get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That is it for the movies for this week. We'll flick over to the small screen now. Paul, you all caught up on South Park?
Yeah, I watched that latest episode.
Yes, I just watched it yesterday. Yeah. Good, amusing.
I'm trying to remember what it was about.
It was the betting app.
Is that a thing?
So I don't know. So when I heard they were doing an episode about it, I was kind of thinking, well, that's good because America has gone from like every form of betting is illegal to now it's like half their economy is betting. Yeah. Like they've seen. So I guess predictive market apps. I guess is that like how, again, 20 years ago you could bet on, a queen's going to die, or these famous people are going to get divorced? Is that now popping off in America? I don't really know.
You can bet on anything. It's like you create a market, I think, and then other people accept bets on it. So we could bet, like, how, I don't know, how long does this podcast go? Well, maybe that's very much within our control, but you know what I mean? You can pretty much come up with any scenario.
Is Joe going to fart in the next 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anything you want to bet on, and it's whether people take the bet or not. I think it's the thing. It's not like the old, who's going to win Rear of the Year.
Also Joe.
That was me.
Yeah, so it was just funny enough. Again, that frame of reference was kind of lost on me a little bit,
Yeah. A little disappointed that after 2 weeks, your man, the FCC guy, like falling down the stairs, is as pointed as they got with the whole Kimmel situation and all of that that's been going on.
And I kind of like the stuff with him and Trump was like, they do this every couple of years where it's like they have a plot that's like just straight up like Looney Tunes, like characters are like Trump is setting up all these like farcical Rube Goldberg machines in the White House, like seeing like fall down the stairs, and then the FCC guy falls and shits himself. It was again, as I've said a lot over this podcast, is like they're not as insightful as they seem to think they are, so they can't really do much other than the FCC guy shit his pants and fell down and he landed in poopy. That's what they've got. That is what they've got. It took them 2 weeks to do this one, and then they announced that they're taking 3 weeks. They've announced ahead of time they're taking 3 weeks for the next one. So this most recent one, they just didn't release it on whatever day it's supposed to come out, and they said, sorry, we need another week. And then ahead of time now, they put out that one, and they said the next one is going to be the middle of October. I don't understand what
this year is different.
I don't understand why it's different, especially because, as you say, it's not like they took that time to go, well, we got to bring out our A material for this FCC stuff. It's I don't know. So So next episode, obviously, so they've got Kyle's mom going to Israel. So lots of poopy in their future.
Well, I was going to say that was among the more interesting stuff they did, but yeah, as you say, let's see where it goes.
Yeah. So season's been okay. Season's been funny. Again, they went a bit Looney Tunes this week, but again, how we, as I think we both kind of predicted, you've kind of seen the Trump bit. We've seen it. Thought I really watched this week. I'm very slowly working my way through the pit. I don't really have a substantial update on it. It's great. What have you boys been watching?
Well, Beavis and Butthead continues to make me laugh.
Yes.
2 very funny episodes this week again. They get lost in the woods, and they have the teacher paraglides by and falls down and gets injured. They have to carry him through the woods to hilarious results.
Okay.
But my TV show of the week this week, I got to give to Taskmaster with one. I'm going to say it. One of the best tasks they have ever done.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Good. So good. Both the idea and then how it was shot and like revealed as well.
How it was edited. Everything was.
The fact that you had Reece Shearsmith in there when it felt like an Inside Number 9. I was like, perfect.
So the full barrier, you won't spoil it. I recommend if you can find the clip somewhere, check it out because it's so fun. But the task is, it's a team task. So one team is 2 people, the other's 3. It's figure out the name of the person sitting in the lab. You can only ask yes or no questions. And the task ends when both members of the team have said the person's name to them in the lab. So they're going back and forth. The first person goes and says, does your name start with a vowel? And they say, no. Okay. Maisie Adam goes back. Reece Shearsmith comes out. He asks a question. They're going back and forth asking questions. And then there's a very clever twist that nobody saw coming, which was very, very funny. And so, we can't really say any more. But the team of 3, especially because they are also alternating every couple of turns.
Yeah.
Because with two people, you're one person, the next person, one person, the next person. With three, there's a bit more figuring out. Super, super funny. I mean, the amount of time it took the teams to get the answer. First team took 44 minutes, I think it was, and the other team like 1 hour 5. Very, very, very funny. I mean, again, as Joe said, I think one of the best executed, not only the task itself, but actually the real idea behind the task. The fact that it was a team task meant that there was this extra level to the revelation and then the course correcting to try and figure out then the actual answer. So good. So that's season 20, episode 3. I think it was the second task on that episode. Oh, so good. And they have the perfect cast for it as well. Favorite bit was Phil Ellis going in and saying, "You all right?" And then realizing that was his question. Only to immediately leave. Really, really fantastic. Joe, you mentioned to me that you went back and watched it immediately afterwards.
Yeah, after the episode was finished, we were like, right, we gotta watch that one again. So we watched it again. It was great.
I have also watched it a second time. It's just proof that this show is not running out of steam. Close to running out. In fact, I mean, I didn't go in expecting an all-timer, but
we got it.
Absolutely was one. And on my couch, the moment of wait a second was something I won't forget quickly. So absolute banger. Great cast this season. I mean, season 19 and 20. You've done it right.
It's very good.
Any telly for you, Joe?
No, that's it. We're watching Taskmaster and Gilmore Girls. So tis the season.
Oh, Gilmore Girls. I remember that show. Good times.
Just quickly then on the game Guff this week, we did another big indie release this week after Silksong, whatever that was, 2 weeks ago. Hades 2 came out.
Sure did.
After its lengthy early access period. I did resist I don't really like early access in general. I want to, especially something like Hades is like story driven. I want to I want to play it in its totality. So I'd say off the bat, Hades 2 is iterative. It is not a revolutionary from the ground up thing. It is very much similar to that first game. If people are familiar with it, Hades was, of course, a roguelike action game, kind of run-based. You're fighting a bunch of baddies, you're getting upgrades. When you die, you go back to the start, and none of your upgrades carry over. Start again, build out your character in different ways, and so on and so forth. And I think what was unique about Hades versus other games like that is they had like narrative reasons for why all of that happens. You're a character trying to break out of hell, and so when you die, you go back to your room in hell because you were the son of Hades, and it's got all these rich characters, all this wonderful story stuff. People comment on what you did. This game continues all of that forward. You're a witch trying to get into Hades this time, and you're interacting with all these characters from Greek mythology. Wonderful art, wonderful music, and it is very similar. Now, it's very similar to one of the most acclaimed games of the last couple of years, so it's not a knock. But I suppose it's not necessarily going to pull people in who didn't like the first one. But I loved the first one, and 4 hours in, I am loving this one. It's really fantastic.
Nice.
The changes are small. You have a magic meter now, which isn't very complicated. It just means you can charge up your attacks. Little differences like that. And a fresh story. It's kind of the weird thing to talk about, like a 2D kind of indie roguelike like this, but like story, like all the characters are great. I'm really interested to see where it goes. Really, really solid so far. And very, very addictive. It is a console exclusive on the Switch. I'm playing it on PC, and so I'm playing it on the Steam Deck, but I'd imagine it's a great game. It's a great game to have portable, much like the first one on Switch. So I think this is a great game to play on the Switch. This will be an addictive, on the couch or commuting or whatever you're doing. You can just sink so much time into it. But yeah, thumbs up on Hades 2 so far, and I'm still chipping away at Silksong as well. A bit more mixed on that, but it does have its hooks into me. So
right.
Kind of feel like that. I feel like I've kind of got I feel like there is stuff coming out for the rest of the year. I kind of feel like I have all the games I need now to tide me over until the end of the year. Do you know what I mean? It's like I still haven't finished Mario Kart. Still haven't finished. Donkey Kong has not grabbed me the way I was kind of hoping it would. I'm somewhat surprised to say. It's very fun.
Yeah, when I get around to it, I'll see how.
Yeah, I want to chat to you more in depth about it once you've actually played it. It's really good. I'm not here to tell you that it's actually rubbish and it's disappointment of the year, but it's missing a little something. And like Hades, like crack. Hades, like video game crack. You could just sit there and play that game forever. Every time you die, you're like, okay, but next time, now one more run. I'll do it this time. But anyway, see that Wolverine trailer?
Yes. From the state of play in the week. I mean, I hope that they have a hook similar to Spider-Man, because it looks similar enough to a Spider-Man game, but the Spider-Man game had the hook of the traversal being super fun.
Yes.
You're flying around on webs. Okay, what is it about this game that's going to be the thing that makes it different and makes it fun to play? So far, it just seems that it's very violent, very bloody. I don't know. I'm still waiting to see more of it, to see what exactly the hook.
Yeah, I agree. Is it going to be like the X-Men games of old, where it's a linear 5-hour, you walk through a hallway slashing people? Like, you could have some fun with that, but I think for Insomniac you'd want a bit more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do it's in another kind of large open area, or whether it'll be more chapter based and broken down, maybe similar to like an Uncharted in its level, not quite level design, because that's a different kind of game, but more kind of segmented like that. Maybe. All right. Distinguish it from the Spider-Man games. That's my kind of biggest concern. Is that how is it going to cohere directly? Maybe do it differently. Maybe that's the easy way to do that.
But that was the games for the week. Any games and no games on your side, Paul, this week?
I would love there to be, but ain't no time in the day.
Going to do it for this week's show then. Thank you for listening, pals. ChairShotPodcast.com is where you can go to pop us an email, where you can go to check out the Fantasy League in real time. Wait, we've got the little 5G. Okay, so the listeners are protected while they listen. I'm glad they are being looked after. Lads, CSP cares about you. The C stands for care. So we want you to be protected from all evil weight